Welcome to the Reflecting Minds, friends. How are you doing? This is your host, Monica. Today, we are going to do the chapter The Power and the Creation. As you know, who have been watching the series, that it's about Rhonda Byrne, the book The Power, and we are reviewing it with little bit of my own reviews are added to it. So, just to enlighten the thoughts. However, it is very simple language and it's very smooth, silky, kind of sexy kind of language which she has written, and I really love her, for admire her. I'm the biggest admirer of her, I guess. So let's hop on into this chapter, the creation, the power and creation. Let's go. Every moment of your life is infinitely creative, and the universe is endlessly bountiful. First, put forth a clear enough request, and everything your heart desire must come to you. Shakti Gawan, author. In these next chapters, you will learn how easy it is to harness the force of love for money, health, career, business, and relationship. With this knowledge, you will be able to change your life into whatever you want it. To bring a specific desire to you, follow the simple steps of the creation process. Whether it's bringing something to you or you want to change something which you don't like, the process is always same. So let's discuss the process. That's the juicy part, the creation process. Imagine it, feel it, receive it. Remember this mantra. Imagine it, feel it, receive it. Imagine it, feel it, receive it. Imagine it, feel it, receive it. Just say 1,000 times, remember this thing. Imagine. How would you imagine? Use your mind to focus on the imagine what you desire. Imagine yourself being with your desire. Imagine yourself doing things with your desire. Imagine yourself having your desire. Feel. At the same time as you imagine, you must feel love. You must feel love for what you are imagining. You must imagine and feel being with your desire. You must imagine and feel doing things with your desire. You must imagine and feel having your desire. Your imagination connects you to what you want. Your desire and feelings of love create the magnetism, the magnetic power, drawing your desire to you. This completes your part in the creation process. Receive. The force of love will work through the visible and the invisible forces of nature to bring what you desire to you. It will use circumstances, events, and people to give what you love to you. Whatever you desire, you must want it with all your heart. Desire is love, and unless you want a burning desire in your heart, you will not have enough power to harness the force of love. You must really desire what you want. As an athlete, desire to play a sport, dancer desire to dance, and a painter desires to paint. You must desire what you want with all your heart, because desire is a feeling of love, and you must give love to receive what you love. Whatever you want to be in your life, whatever you want to do in your life, whatever you want to have in your life, the creation process is same. Give love to receive love. Imagine it, feel it, receive it. Imagine it, feel it, receive it. Let's say it, guys. Imagine it, feel it, receive it. The mantra by Rhonda Byrne. Imagine it, feel it, receive it. When using the creation process, imagine and feel that you have what you want already, and never deviate from that state of being. Why? Because law of attraction copies wherever you give, whatever you give. And so you must imagine the feel of having it now, If you want to lose weight, then give love by imagining the feeling yourself with the body you love. Instead of imagining and feeling that you are overweight every single day, if you want to travel, then give love by imagining and feeling yourself traveling, instead of imagining every day that you don't have money to travel. If you want to improve yourself in a sports, acting, singing, playing musical instruments, hobby, or any job, then give love for what you want to be by imagining and feeling whatever it is you would love to be. If you want to be better marriage or a better relationship with anybody, then give love by imagining and feeling what it would be like to have that relationship. Faith is to believe that which you do not yet see, and the rewards of this faith is to see that which you believe. Saint Augustine. When you begin working with the creation process, you might want to start by attracting something unusual. When you specifically attract something unusual, you will be left in no doubt about your power when you receive it. One young woman began by choosing to attract a specific flower, a white calla lily. She imagined holding the flower in her hand, smelling the flower, and she felt having that calla lily. 2 weeks later, she went to a friend's house for a dinner. There, in the centerpiece of the table, was a bouquet of a white calla lilies. The very flower and the color she had imagined. She was excited to see the lilies, but she didn't say anything to her friend about her imagined flower. As she was walking out of the door at the end of the evening, her friend's daughter spontaneously plucked one white calla lily from the vase and put it in her hand. Imagination is the beginning of the creation. You imagine what you desire, you will what you imagine, and at last you create what you will. George Bernard Shaw, Nobel Prize winning playwright. Give it, receive it. Imagine it, give it, receive it. Imagine it, feel it, receive it was the first mantra. Sorry. Imagine it, feel it, receive it. Right? Imagine it, feel it, receive it. Imagine it, feel it, and then receive it. Now, the second thing she's going to tell us is give it, receive it. Remember that the law of attraction says whatever you give, you receive. If you think of law of attraction as a mirror, an echo of boomerang, or a copying machine, it will help make you clearer on what to imagine and feel. The law of attraction is like a mirror, because a mirror reflects back exactly what is in front of it. The law of attraction is like an echo, because whatever you give out is exactly the echo that comes back. The law of attraction is like boomerang, because whatever boomerang you throw is the exact same boomerang that comes back to you. The law of attraction is like a copying machine, because whatever you give is reproduced exactly and you will receive back an exact copy. A few years ago, I was in Paris for my work, and I was walking down a street when a woman rushed past me wearing one of the most beautiful skirts I had ever seen, intricately detailed in the Persian style. My reaction was love. What a beautiful skirt. A few weeks later, I was happily driving to work in Melbourne, Australia, when I forced to stop because another driver was trying to do an illegal U-turn at an intersection. As I looked at the store window where I had been forced to stop, I saw exactly the same skirt I had seen on the woman in the street of the Paris. I could not believe my eyes. When I got to the work, I called the store and they told me they had received only one skirt from the Europe in the style, and it was the skirt in the window. Of course, the skirt was my size. When I went to the store to purchase the skirt, it was reduced to half price, and the store attendant told me they had not ordered the skirt and that it had just appeared in their order accidentally. The only thing I had done to bring that skirt to me was to love it, and from the Paris to suburban street in Australia, through circumstances and events, exact same skirt was delivered to me. That is magnetic power of love. That is law of attraction in operation. Now, imagination. The world is but a canvas to our imagination. Henry David, transcendentalist author. When you imagine anything positive that you want and love, you are harnessing the force of love. When you imagine something positive, something good, and you feel love for it, that is what you are giving, and that is what you will receive. If you can imagine it, and feel it, then you can receive it. But what you are imagining must come from love. Whatever you are imagining must not harm another person. Imagining something that brings harm to another person comes not from the love, but from the lack of love. And with the certainty and negativity, even imagine will turn back with an equal ferocity on the person who sent it. Whatever you give, you receive back. But I want to tell you something fantastic about the force of love and your imagination. The highest and the best thing you think is possible is nothing compared to what the force of love can give you. Love has no limits. If you want to be full of vitality and happiness with an incredible zest for life, the force of love can give you health and happiness at levels far beyond what you have seen. I'm telling you this so that you can start to break boundaries of your imagination and stop putting limits on your life. Push your imagination to the limits and imagine the best and the highest that you possibly can, or whatever it is that you want. The difference between someone who is struggling and someone who has fabulous life comes down to the one thing: love. Those who have great life imagine what they love and want, and they feel the love of what they are imagining more than the other people. People who are struggling are unintentionally using the imagination for what they don't love and don't want, and are feeling the negativity of what they are imagining. It's such a simple thing, but it creates vast differences in the people's life, and you can see the difference everywhere you look. The secret of the mastermind is found wholly in the use of imagination. Kristen D. Larson. History has proven that those who dare to imagine the impossible are the ones who break all human limitations. In every field of human endeavor, whether science, medicine, sports, the arts, or technology, the name of the people who imagine the impossible are engraved in our history. By breaking the limits of their imagination, they change the world. Your entire life is what you have imagined it to be. Everything you have or don't have, every situation and the circumstances of your life, what you have imagined it to be. The problem is that many people imagine the worst. They are turning the most wonderful tool against themselves. Instead of imagining the best, many people are in fear and imagine all the things that can go wrong. And as surely as they keep imagining, imagination is a great power. And feeling those things, they happen. Whatever you give, you receive. Feel and imagine the best and highest you can in every area of your life, because the best you can imagine is a piece of cake for the force of love. When my family had settled in the United States, we flew our 15-year-old dog Cabby to be with us. One night, long after Cabby to be with us. One night, long after Cabby had arrived, he managed to get out of small gap in the fence. Our home backs onto the mountain, so it was far from an ideal situation. In the dark, we searched the streets and trails leading up to the mountain, but our dog was nowhere to be found. As my daughter and I were searching, negative feelings of anguish began to increase. I knew we had to stop searching and change the way we were feeling inside immediately. The negative feelings were telling us that we were imagining the worst, and we had to change the way we were feeling quickly and imagine the best. At that point, every possible outcome could still happen, and we had to choose the outcome of having Cabby safely home with us by imagining and feeling that he was home. We returned home and we pretended our dog was with us. We put the food in his bowl, and though he were there, we imagined hearing the bell around the Cabby's neck as he walked down our hallway. We talked to him and called out his name as though he were there. My daughter went to the bed imagining that her best friend of the 15 years old was sleeping next to her bed, and he always did. Early the next morning, we discovered a notice on the tree at the foot of the mountain saying that someone had found a little dog. It was Cabby, just as we had imagined our dog returned home safely. What a wonderful story. No matter what changing situation you may find, yourself in. Imagine the best outcome and feel it. When you do, you will change the circumstances and you will change the situation into your own favor. Whatever you can imagine exists. Creation is the only projection into the form of which already exists. Sarmat Bhagavad Gita. Whatever desires you can imagine already exists. It doesn't matter what it is. If you can imagine it, it already exists in creation. 5,000 years ago, ancient scriptures recorded that all of the creation was done and complete, and that anything that could possibly be created already exists. Now, 5,000 years later, quantum physics has confirmed that every single possibility of anything and everything actually exists now. The creations of heaven and earth and everything in them was complete. Genesis. What that means for you and your life is that whatever you can imagine for yourself is in your life already exists. It is impossible for you to imagine anything that doesn't exist. Creation is complete, every single possibility exists. So when you imagine breaking a world record or traveling to a far east or being full of a health or being parent, those possibility of you doing those things exist in the creation right now. If they didn't exist already, you would not be able to imagine them. To bring the things you desire and love for the invisible into your visible life, all you have to do is to give love for what you want through your imagination and feeling. Imagine your life the way you want it to be. Imagine everything you want. Take your imagination with you everywhere, every day, and imagine what it would be like if your relationship were all wonderful. Imagine how you would feel if your job suddenly took off. Imagine how would your life be if you had the money you need to do what you love. Imagine how would you feel if you were overflowing with the health. Imagine how would you feel if you can do what you wanted to do. Use all your senses to imagine what you want. If you want to travel to Italy, imagine the smell of olive oil, taste the pasta, hear the Italian words being spoken to you, touch the stone of the Colosseum, and feel being in Italy. In conversations and in imagine, in your thoughts, say, imagine if, and then fill in the rest of the sentence with what you want. If you are talking to a friend and they are complaining because their work colleague got promotion and they didn't help them by saying, imagine if a person you didn't get that promotion is that you are being promoted to an even bigger role with way more money. Because the truth is that the possibility of your friend being promoted to even bigger role with way more money already exists, and if they can imagine and feel it, they can receive it. Items or elementary particles themselves are not real. They form a world of the potentialities or the possibilities rather than one things or the facts. Werner Heisenberg, Nobel Prize winning quantum physicist. Use your imagination and create games so that you feel really good. Whatever you can imagine is waiting for you, fully created and invisible. And the way to make it visible is to harness the force of love by imagining and feeling what you love. After graduating from college, a young woman struggled for months and months trying to get a job. Her biggest obstacle was imagining having a job when she didn't have one. She wrote in her journal every day that she was grateful for the job that was being offered to her, and she job that was coming to her, but still no job. Then she had sudden realization her desperate action of applying for one job after another was saying loud and clear to the law of attraction that she didn't have a job. So here is what the young woman did that changed everything. She decided to use her imagination and live a thought through that she were already employed. She set her alarm early as if she were going to work. Instead of writing in her journal, she was grateful for the job she was coming. She wrote how grateful she was for her success in her job and for the people she worked with. She planned the clothes she would wear to the work each day. She set up the saving account for her paychecks, Within 2 weeks, she felt as though she really had a job. Then, out of the blue, a friend told her about a position that became available. She went for the interview, got the job, and received everything she had written about in a journal. Prop yourself up. Whenever you permit yourself to think that what persons things condition or circumstances may suggest, you are not following what you want to think. You are not following your own desires but borrowed desires. Use your own imagination determining what you want to think or do. I hope you could hear me through this music. I just thought about it right now because I'm loving this music in the background. I hope the voice was clear in this recording. When using the creation process, use all the props you can to generate the feeling that you have what you want already. Surround yourself with items, clothing, pictures, photographs, and relevant objects so you can imagine and feel the feeling of having what you want. If you want a new clothes, make sure you have a space in your wardrobe. If with the empty clothes hangers ready for the new one's clothes. If you want to bring more money into your life, then does your wallet have a space for money, or is it full of the irrelevant bits of papers? If you want perfect partner, you must imagine and feel that the person is with you now. Are you sleeping in the middle of your bed, or are you sleeping on one side because your partner is on the other side of the bed? If your partner were with you now, you would be using one half of the space of the wardrobe because your partner clothes would be in the other half of the wardrobe. Do you set your tables for two people or one person? Just putting out an extra place is something you can easily do. Do you do your best not to contradict your desire in your day-to-day actions, and instead use the world of props that surround you to feel as though you already have what you want. These are the simple little things you can do with the props and imagination, but they are incredibly powerful. One woman used props and her imagination to receive a horse. She had wanted a horse all her life, but she could not afford to buy one. She wanted a chestnut Morgan Gulling, and a Morgan would cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So she imagined seeing the exact horse she wanted each time she looked outside her kitchen window. She put a picture of a chestnut Morgan horse on the screen of her laptop computer. Whenever she was opportunity, she doodled drawing of the horse. She began looking at the horses for the sale, even though she couldn't afford them. She took her children to the store, and together they tried of riding boots. She looked at the saddles. She bought only things she could afford: horse blanket, lead, and horse brochures. She kept them on the display so as she could see them every day. Sometimes later, a woman went to the horse expo in her own town. A raffle was being held in the expo. The first prize was the chestnut Morgan Gabby, the exact same horse she had been imagining, and of course she won the raffle and received her horse. Your senses are props too. So use all your senses to help you feel that you have what you want. Feel the touch of what you want with your skin. Taste it, smell it, see it, and hear it. One man worked with all his senses to bring himself multiple job offers. He had applied for 75 positions over 3 years and had not received a single job offer. But then he used his imagination and all his senses to imagine he had his dream job. He imagined every detail in his new office. He touched the keys of his computer in his imagination. He smelled the lemon scent of the furniture polish of his new huge mahogany desk. He imagined his work colleagues. He gave them names. He had conversation with them. He had meetings with them. He even tasted and tacos at the lunch breaks. And 7 weeks later, he began receiving requests for interview. Then requests for the second interview poured in. Then he received not only one fantastic job offer but two. He accepted the job he loved the most. It was his dream job. Know that when you have completed your part in creation process, creation is done. You are no longer in the old world where you didn't have what you wanted. You have moved into a new world that contains the very thing you want. Even if you can't see it yet, know that you will receive it. Points to harness the force of love in your life, to bring something you want to or change something you don't want. Creation process is always the same. Imagine it, feel it, receive it. Imagine it, feel it, receive it. Your imagination connects you to what you want. Your desires and feelings of love create the magnetism, the magnetic power, the drawing your desire to you. Imagine yourself being with your desire. At the same time, feel love for what you are imagining. Desire what you want with all your heart, because desire is a feeling of love, and you must give love to receive what you love. When you imagine anything positive that you want and love, you are harnessing the force of love. Push your imagination to the limits and imagine the best and the highest that you possibly can of whatever it is that you want. Whatever desire you can imagine already exists. It does not matter what it is. You can imagine, if you can imagine it, it already exists in the creation. In conversations and in your thoughts, say, imagine if, then complete this sentence with what you want. Use props. Surround yourself with items, clothing, picture, photographs, and relevant objects so you can imagine and feel the feelings of having what you want. Your senses are props too. Use all your senses to help you feel that you have what you want. Feel it, taste it, smell it, sense it, hear it. When you have completed your part in the creation process, you have moved into new world that contains that very thing you want. Even if you can't see it yet, know you will receive it. I love this part, and I hope you love this part as well. The creation, the power in creation. It was amazing, and it was very nice to have you all here. Thank you so much for being part of this. Keep liking and sharing and supporting me. Hope to see you next section. Have a great